Hello readers and writers, I'm MJ and today I'm announcing my participation in the Read What You Own Readathon. Read What You Own Readathon is a readathon I heard about from MJ's channel. Yes, other MJ. I will tag her down below. It was actually originally created by Ollie at Criminali. I will link his video for the announcement of this year's challenge down below. I think it has a really great backstory. Apparently he started his YouTube channel with a bet with his son, saying he could get to 100 subscribers before his son could. And then didn't tell his subscribers, so when he hit the 100 subscribers mark, he was really enjoying what he was doing, and decided to do his penance to read 100 books that he owned before he could buy any more. And then now I think this is the third year that it's been going on, and it's now just become an annual thing. First of all, I have to say, I think that's amazing. Second of all, I wish I can get to 100 subscribers. I'm still on that journey, so I think it's great that he was able to get there as fast as he did. That's phenomenal. And also, in a race between me and my kid, I am absolutely losing because they have breached the 1,000 subscribers follower mark, and I am just so proud of them. But they do not do booktube. They are an animator, and if you want to go check them out, I will link them down below. They are the cover designer of my first 2 books, but now they're really focusing on their own art. And this week they breached 1,000 subscribers, so it's phenomenal. I'm so proud of them. Alright, moving on. When I heard about this, I fell in love with the idea. I love a really good challenge, and I'm trying to cut back on buying books anyways. Partly because I just don't have the money, and partly because I have so many shelves of books that I want to decrease because I want to have, I don't like having such an overwhelming TBR. So I have decided that I'm going to participate in the Read What You Own Readathon, and I'm going to do it at the gold tier. And by what I mean by that is to make the readathon more accessible, they have done different levels. Like basically, really you can choose whatever books you want to read, make that your goal before you buy any more. The original video was for 100 books, and so that kind of became the gold level. At least I think that's the right, I think it was gold. And apparently there's another person that's doing 500 books, which I think is phenomenal. I'm going to stick at the 100 book level. I think that's a really big challenge, and but if I like stick to it, I think that it is something that I can do. So yes, I am going to be reading 100 books that I own before I buy any more books. For my challenge, what this means is books that I own are art books that I have on NetGalley that I need to read, art books sent to me by the publisher, any physical books I have on my TBR, audiobooks that I have on my TBR, and ebooks that I have on my TBR. So any format of books that I already own, I will count that towards that 100 goal. I am also going to allow DNF books to count. So part of the reason why I want to do this is to narrow down these books that I have collected. I think when I really first got into Bookstagram, I got a lot of the popular books as opposed to necessarily my own reading style. I really started getting a little bit more free time and then finding the community that I didn't really have. I collected some books that may not necessarily be the best fit for me. I have a lot of YA on my shelf, and I'm not a big YA reader. And as I'm going through some of these books that I've had on there for a while, I find that they're not actually a match for my reading style. And so if that's the case, if I come across a book, I start it and give it a good shot, and I decide that I'm going to DNF it, for me, that's still clearing it off my TBR, and I am counting that as one of those 100 books. And I think this will really help me really clear off my shelves, which is the reason why I want to participate in this. So during this time, I will not be purchasing books, but I do have caveats to that. My caveats are that I will still be continuing on with the BookBox subscriptions I have. I've already narrowed them down to just 2 subscriptions, the Rainbow Crate and Illumicrate, and I will still be having those. However, I'm going to critically think about the boxes, like the books in the boxes, to make sure that they're ones that I want to read, and if they're not, I'm going to skip them. This is something that I have been trying to do anyways, but sometimes I just forget and I get the book in anyways, even though it was not necessarily something that I am interested in. So during this challenge, I'm going to have to actually decide each book box that it's something that is for me, and then I'm going to either skip that month or allow it to come. And that's not going to penalize me for this challenge. However, any additional books that are released by, that are special editions, I'm not going to purchase those. With the small caveat that if it's a series that I'm already collecting, I'm going to, because I've already had them and I need the next book in the series. Because if I don't get it when they're out, then I will never get it. So that's allowed. So it's allowed if I have a special edition series that I'm currently collecting, I can buy the next special edition if it comes out. I cannot start any other special edition series though. And I can get the monthly book box of Rainbow Crate and Illumicrate, as long as those books are some things that I'm very interested in. As for ARC reading, I am not going to request any new NetGalley books unless approached by the publisher to do so. So if I'm invited by the publisher to request an ebook or a physical copy of a book, I will consider if the book is something that's right for me, and if it is, then I will allow that to request. I do that anyways. I don't just take every book that a publisher offers me, because I don't think it's fair for the book and the author. Now, unsolicited ARCs that I get in the mail that I don't ask for, don't request, those don't count either, because I have, because they're just coming in unsolicited. Anything anyone buys me or gifts me, those don't count either. And also, my other caveat is library books. So during this time, I can still check out library books, ebooks, or audiobooks, whatever. I could go to the library and get physical copies, but this is not going to happen. So I can still use the library. Now, when I read a book that I get, if I get an ARC after this point, it does not count towards those 100 books. If I already have it, then it does count. If I get a if I check a book out from the library that I don't already own, then it doesn't count towards those 100 books. If I check a book out from the library, so say I have a physical copy of a book and I check out the audiobook version of that same book, then it does count, because it's still getting one of those books off my TBR. And this may seem like a lot of rules, but 100 books is a long time commitment. And I want to make sure I'm sticking through the challenge, because I want to reach that 100 books. I want to get to the end of this. So I will be taking you along in my journey. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. The original creator of this, he's trying to finish it by the end of January. I'm not sure that's realistic for me, to be honest. But I'm going to try. Definitely I'm focusing on a lot of the smaller books I have on my TBR. and we'll see how that goes. But I am going to be vlogging and doing this journey to see how fast I can get to this 100 book mark. What do you think? How fast do you think I can make it? Let me know in the comments how long you think it would take you and how long you think that it can take me to get it done. And just to put this in perspective, this year I think I've read, let me double check. I can give you the exact numbers. So this year I'm at 125 books and I'm doing this for 100 books. So this is almost like 9 months worth of reading for me prior. And so I think I will get through it in faster than 9 months, but it is definitely going to be multi-month commitments. I'm going to get there. And so that's why I need to make sure that I build up the rules for myself that are sustainable. Now, are these the rules you have to follow? No, absolutely not. This readathon is very open-ended. You can choose the number of books you want to read and your own caveats. And for all that information, you should definitely go check out Ollie's original announcement video. And yeah, I think this should be a really fun journey. If you are participating, please let me know. And if you're on YouTube, definitely let me know so I can go check out your videos on it. But I'm excited. We're in for a journey. 100 books before I can buy any more. Thankfully, I just kind of already bought my reading goal books for 2024. So because I want to read, well, I'll announce that later, but so I think I should be pretty set in what I have to read, and anything else is just going to have to come from the library. There's one other thing. This a challenge originally is set to start on November 5th, because they're November 5th or November 6th, actually, I can't remember. There's some holiday in the UK that honestly, I don't know. I'm in the US. I don't understand what it is. For my simplicity's sake, I'm just starting on November 1st. So November 1st is when I'm going to stop buying books and start counting the 100 books that I've read. This should be a fun journey, so thank you for joining me. As always, keep reading, keep writing, and until next time.